So next is dematerialization and depositories. So first of all, we understand the meaning of dematerialization. So the process of holding securities in an electronic form is called dematerialization. So in place of physical form of certificates, securities are held electronically. So securities held by an investors in the physical form are cancelled and the investor is given an electronic entry or a number so that he or she can hold it as an electronic balance in an account. So the electronic holdings can be converted, means the security which are electronically holded by holding a account number, okay, or electronic entry can be reconverted into physical certificates. To that we call rematerialization. When the physical certificates of securities are cancelled and these are holded as a electronic form, to that we call dematerialization. When these electronic form of securities are reconverted into physical certificate, to that we call rematerialization. Okay students, so next is working of demat system. So a depository participant, either a bank, broker or financial service company, has to be identified. So how to open the demat account? First of all, we identified a bank, okay, or a broker which deals with dematerialization of securities. As if I wanted to invest in shares, for that purpose I have to open a demat account. Okay, so first of all I will contact with my bank that whether my bank is work as depository participant, means whether my bank help me to invest my securities, to invest my surplus money to buy securities. So bank is also one of the participant, means depository participant, that help me to open my demat account. So an account opening form and documentation means PAN card details, photograph, power of attorney has to be completed. So when I wanted to open a demat account, first of all I go to my bank and ask that whether they are help me to open my demat account, whether they are working, whether they are carrying out work related to demat system. When they say yes, after that I submit application related to the opening a demat account and I submit my all documents. After that, the physical certificate is to be given to the depository participant along with the dematerialization request. Okay, if shares are applied in a public offer, simple details of depository participant and demat account are to be given and the shares on allotment would automatically credited to the demat account. If we do not want to use physical certificate or we do not want to sell shares or buy shares physically, we can go to the bank, open our demat account and we give all the instruction to our bank that they are performed in our behalf. They can sell and buy shares on our behalf. After that, if shares are to be sold through a broker, now we sold share through a broker, the depository participant is to be instructed to debit the account. Now if I sold my share through a broker, now that amount of shares will be deducted. So I give instruction to my depository participant, to me means to my bank, that debit that amount of shares from my account. After that, the broker then gives instruction to his depository participant for the delivery of shares. Now broker also have his demat account in his bank. He give his depository participant instructions that that amount of shares will be credited in his account. The broker then receive the payment and pay the person for the shares sold. All the transactions to be completed within 2 days, means T plus 2 basis. T plus 2 basis means if the transaction we are carrying out on Monday, the settlement will be done till Wednesday. Clear students? how the working of demat system. After that, depository. A depository is like a bank and keeps securities in an electronic form on behalf of the investors. So depositories are the organization which deals with the security, which kept the security in an electronic form on investors behalf. So in the depository, a security account can be opened. All shares are deposited. They can be withdrawn, sold at any time. An instruction to deliver or receive the share on behalf of the investor can be given. So National Securities Depository Limited is work as a depository. Okay, means if anyone want to sell or buy this security, they can deposit their security in an electronic form to these organizations: National Securities Depository Limited and the Central Depository Service Limited. Next is depository participant. So it is an intermediary between the investor and the depository who authorized to maintain the account of dematerialized shares. So financial institutions, banks, clearing corporations, stockbrokers and non-banking finance corporations are to be permitted to become the depository participant. If the investor is buying and selling the security through the broker or the bank or a non-banking finance corporation, it acts as a depository participant for the investor. As I said that if I wanted to invest in shares, I can contact with my bank. Okay, so my bank is work as a depository participant. Okay, and complete all the formalities related to the securities. Clear, students?